Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Charles Cunha. Today, we're going to do a short activity on character does matter, right? I'm going to help you find, through resource, find your character strengths so you can help, or so you can use those character strengths to serve others, right? A little bit about me. I'm also I teach criminal justice at universities, and I also am a character does matter mentor at with TravisManion Foundation, which is a military or veteran organization. That organization basically, Travis Manion is a second lieutenant who died in combat in Iraq in 2007. Um, his family has created this foundation in his memory, um, basically, so in his memory to serve others and also to help other veterans who have lost a member like the Manion family has, to serve others in memory of their fallen hero and so forth. So I myself am a military veteran. I too served in Iraq, but a different time, and so forth. But Today, what we want to focus on character strengths. All right, and I'm going to share a little screen with you about character strengths, so you can see um, what I'm talking about. So these character strengths here, right? These are let me maybe make it a little bit bigger for us, right? So character strengths, right? Know it, build it, strengthen it. And again, like I said, I want you help you identify your personal character strengths, right? So look inward, look inside, look at yourself, and then so you can use those strengths to serve others, right? And you have look outward, so bigger picture. So these are the 24 unique character strengths that we talk about with the Travis Manion Foundation in this Character Does Matter mentorship. There's many of them, and so forth, and it's really up to you to decide which ones really apply to you. Right now, obviously, all 24 can apply to you, but what are the ones that motivate you or inspire you to do, to maybe help others, or for a certain cause that you have taken a liking to, right, and so forth, or many causes, right, and so forth. So it could be your, obviously for use, it's what are some issues or concerns that interest you, right, and so forth. Related to sports, related to your social life, related to schools, right? Things like that. For a little bit older people, it might be related to their job or to their career, their profession, right? Things like that. So there's many of them, right, and so forth. And this little chart gives you that example, and so forth. And some of these you probably heard of, and some of them maybe you haven't. Maybe it's a little bit different for you. But so we're going to take a look at these, and these are the definitions here. Before we move on, though, I want to also talk about the "if not me, then who" statement. This is a statement that symbolizes Travis Manion Foundation, because Travis Manion himself used to say this, and so forth. And he one time, I guess, he was asked, "Why do you have to go to Iraq?" Right, and so forth. You've already been there, and so forth. So why do you have to go? And he said, it was like his second time, and he goes, well, if not me, then who? Right? And that was his mantra. That was his statement, and so forth. So and things like that. So anyway, so these are the definitions for the 24 character strengths, right? We have creativity, we have teamwork, we have curiosity, kindness, judgment, leadership, and so forth. And each of these have a different meanings, right? And so you would want to looking at two or three of them, maybe four of them, to really you know explain your character. What do you think of yourself? Right? Do you think you persevere? Do you think you're brave? Now, like I said, all 24 character strengths probably apply to you in some respect, but which ones are um, more noticeable in you, do you think? Right? And you can go by maybe something your grandparents have told you, or something your parents have told you, or maybe a school teacher or school administrator has told you, or a coach has told you, right? And you can go by that, and that's okay. And for now you can pick some, and then maybe later you can go back and revisit this, and you'll pick a different set as you grow, right? Because as you grow as an individual, physically and mentally, you're also going to grow emotionally and maturity. And a lot of these character strengths relate to your maturity level, right? And the values that are instilled in you through your schooling, through your parents, church, right? Attending activities like this one, right? And so forth. So these are things that that you want to think about. And you, whether you're a youth, or you're um, a young adult, or even an older adult, you can still look at these characters and what best explains who I am, right? And maybe thinking about, if not me, then who, right? How can you relate that to you and your character strengths, right? And so forth. And it's your own personal inspiration, motivation, right? Because to you it explains you. And yes, you may have gotten that a little bit of the idea from others, but still, you are you are you are that those character strengths, right? And those guide you to serve others. And what we mean by serve others, is help others, help in other situations. As you'll see, hopefully, here in the little activity that I have, related to because um, related to sexual assault awareness, right? Every April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I wanted to do a little activity with you on sexual assault awareness, at least give you some information on sexual assaults and how to report it and why it's important to report it, especially not only by the victim or survivor, but also by someone who is just aware that that may have happened to someone, or that did happen to someone. And that's very important, right? And these character strengths, right, can will inspire you. Your character inspires you to maybe speak up when you know something's wrong, right? Even though that victim or survivor isn't willing to do anything, well, you can reach out to someone and tell them, right, so that person can get help, right? And youths, young young adults, and even older adults, right, and so forth. So, um, you know, um, so again, take the time to look through this. You'll also have a document that you can look at, which is the same document, and then you can decide which character strength you are, and you can do this, whether you're in classroom or workshop, whatever, however it's displayed to you, and so forth, and things like that. So, what I wanted to do now is, um, I don't want to take too much of your time. So, I do want to reach out again. We talked about, if not me, then who, as far as the character strengths. But I also wanted to talk to you about the sexual assault awareness um, um, page. And they say learn, act, change, right, and so forth. So as you learn more about sexual assault, because it is an issue out there, you learn about the stats about it. You learn how to act. How can I act? How can I act to make help with more awareness, or how can I help someone, right? And I think it's more about, for the most part, you know awareness, helping spread the awareness about sexual assaults and so forth. And I'll provide you with some more information in the link that I share with this. And then change doesn't happen overnight, right? Change doesn't really happen with one person. Change happens with a large group of people, and that's what the Sexual Assault Awareness Month is about. right? Collecting or um, collaborating with others to spread that awareness that you know you need to step in, you need to report it, and so forth, right? And that's what it's about. It's more about reporting that those sorts of things, right, and so forth, so that person can get help and maybe prevent other situations from happening. And that's really what we're talking about here, right? So what I wanted to do, and you'll have attached to this video, you'll have the scenario. But the scenario here is, and again, this can apply at any age, youth to a young adult to older adult. So here the scenario is, and when you're looking at the scenario, you review it, you read it, and you look at the questions, and then what I want you to think about is what character strengths may apply in this situation, as far as you acting, reporting something to someone to get to help your friend in this situation. And I'll say that again later. So here we have the scenario is, um, at school. We'll say at school, right? Um, there's a classmate who is being exposed through social media. Another person has made inappropriate sexual comments on their social media platform about one of your classmates, and this classmate for you is a very close friend, right? She's a female. She's been, absent from class for a few days now, distant from others. She hasn't responded to any of your text messages or any of your phone calls or any of your social media messages, right? And again, she's one of your closest friends, and this has gone on for maybe 4 or 5 days now, right? And you know that she's been dating, right, and so forth, and she's been, trying, dating and having fun and stuff like that. So, but you notice the social media comments and that the post, and you're really concerned because they seem inappropriate, and then the factor that she hasn't been around and she hasn't responding, so you really want to reach out to her. You're concerned about her. So what should you do, right? What do you think you should do? Do you know do you go out and try to talk to her? Do you continue to call her, text her? Do you go to her home? Do you contact her parents, or do you go to a school administrator, right? And so forth, and things of that nature. So those are some of the questions you have. Well, I've been texting, calling, she doesn't respond. Maybe I should go to her house. Maybe I should go talk to her parents. What would you do in that situation, right? And then, and what do you tell them? What do you tell them, right? Um, you've saved the social media post, right? So you can show them to the parent, you can show them to the student. You're thinking the student is aware because that's why she hasn't been around, and then you can show them to the administrator, school administrator. So you're in this scenario, your decision is, what do I do? Do I do all of these things or what? Right? And then in doing that, relating it to the character does matter, character strengths. Which character strengths do you think really apply here, right? And you'll look through your list, right, and so forth. And these are the definitions. These are the only definitions you really need to kind of really figure out what character strengths here apply, right, and so forth, right? And you know, so that's what I want you to do. Take a short time to look at that, and then with this is going to be provided to your professor or your instructor, whoever, or if we do this in a live mode at a workshop, then we would discuss it in person with me, right, and so forth. So um, I will leave it at that for now. So I want you to go ahead and look at that. And again, this way you have this here. So let me stop sharing this. Okay. And again, you'll get the scenario and with the link to this video. Again, just a very short introduction, um, and so forth, and things of that nature. And I think for the most part, most of you can figure out the character strengths, right? What do you think of yourself? Do you think you are creative? Do you think you are use good judgment? Do you think you're a leader? Do you think you're kind? Are you brave? Right? And so forth. You know, and you know, are you fair? Do you do you persevere? Right? And so forth. And again, the definitions are right there for you, and you'll get an actual copy of this um, with this video, so you can look at them and have them. And again, you can, and I'll have my contact and my email. You can email me if you had any questions, further questions about it. But I think looking at this and also looking at that Sexual Assault Awareness Month is really good, right? So, all right, that's it. You guys have a good one. Thank you.